I'm so thankful to be in Atlanta. I started my career here. Girl, get out of here, cutie pie. How are you?
Fine.
Good to see you. To be here full circle with my own label is a dream come true. There was once a time where I honestly did not know if what I believed in, what my morals and my values are, if they were going to be accepted on a bigger platform.
It was not to strive for perfection, but remarkability.
I was selling CDs out of my dorm right off Parsons Street and working at Office Depot. But Atlanta helped open up so many doors for me.
And we give without expectations. Amen.
Amen.
What I see all the time is that the artists in Atlanta genuinely believe in community. People are genuinely open and ready to support and embrace that next new artist coming up. My city, Atlanta, is progressive. I think this is where movements start. This is where you find your tribe. You know, this is where the magic happens. And it's inspiring.
Check, check, check.
I go by the name of Heaven Beatbox. I started beatboxing when I was 14 years old. Imitating and creating using the voice. Beatboxing fits into a world that is so much more than just hip-hop. I never would have thought that an art form would take me so many different places and so many different directions.
We're gonna go ahead and bring down Heaven.
It's always a great experience dealing with kids. They bring such a willingness to want to take in what you have to offer.
When I say beat, y'all say box. Beat, box. Beat, box.
There's always a moment where I see the inspiration and the interest on their face, and it kind of amps me up to perform even harder.
Thank you guys. My name is Heaven Beatbox. Really appreciate it.
One of the coolest things about this art form is its ability to fit with so many other genres of music. Atlanta is a true melting pot. It has become a place of many communities and communities that help each other. They bring a lot of different passions, and you get a collection of people re-inspiring people.
It's better every time.
It really is. It really is.
It's wild. One day you can be jamming with classical music, and then the next, you know, and find yourself on tour with hip-hop legends.
How are you? So good to see you.
Prior to hanging out with Arrested Development, I didn't know quite what to expect. Now that I've been around them, it's like being accepted into a family.
What's up, superstar?
Oh my God, what's up, man?
How you doing, baby? Heaven I love because Heaven's energy reminds me of me. Back when I was younger, I didn't know all the parts of the industry, so it was like seeing colors that you've never seen before. The excitement that I see in Heaven's eyes is not even knowing that this color exists and seeing it for the first time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
We have this show coming up at the Music Room. I don't even know if rehearsing is like the right word because it's more like jam session.
From the top of the brain, you know how I do. Everybody up in this place, meet my crew. Arrested Development in the joint. Everybody in this place, man, you get my bro. Got my man, Heaven on the beat in the box. Yes, indeed, man, he rocks the spot. It's like that.
See, he's more than just a rhythm provider, but Heaven's whole thing is providing a show. And that's what we do. So when we saw that he was from the same school as us, it felt like a great mixture.
Speech he's got a really good spirit, and he's a dude that teaches a lot, even when I don't think he even directly means to. Beatboxing is highlighted as an art form backing other elements. The next big hurdle for me as an artist that's showing it's something that can stand alone as its own art form.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
My name is Chantel Ritter. I'm the captain of the crew of the Grateful Gluttons. I'm a community parade artist, and my favorite thing is the Atlanta Beltline Lantern Parade. All right, let's get this parade on the road. Parade day is so much fun. It's my favorite moment of all time. I wake up, I'm like, it's parade day. We are on our way to Grant Park to meet with the crew. We're gonna get our 10 giant puppets into this truck and get them set up as best we can. I lived in New Orleans for a time, and I loved Mardi Gras. I came back to Atlanta and found myself living in a city that doesn't have parade culture and really just had to make it for myself. Look at that, 2:34. I'm early. That's good.
We look forward to this the entire year. This is the final couple hours before you go dance with 35,000 of our closest friends all around the city.
The den of the crew is Kim and Joy Air.
My skirt's got a rip in it. Is the glue gun still out here?
The mess of them, I love them.
Today we're getting ready for the 6th annual Lantern Parade. We've built 10 illuminated giants to light up the way along the Beltline.
You know, she's the brainchild behind it. She had a vision to have a lantern parade at night where people carry a light to represent themselves, represent their city. She calls it a love bomb.
I need love bombs on my calendar that I can look forward to.
I have zip ties, snips, duct tape, masking tape.
We've been practicing this now for a couple of years.
Hands, arms, heads, bodies.
I mean, parade art is art that is meant to be taken out, danced with, dropped on the ground, you know, thrown in a truck. I can see why maybe fine artists wouldn't want to build things like that you're gonna step on and that get dirty. I have no idea what to expect in numbers. People ask me that every day. How many people do you think are coming? It's impossible to know when you just invite everybody.
There's just something about your upbringing that will always have some sort of implication on your life moving forward. I grew up in a rural environment. I grew up just sort of being out in nature. And I remember my dad made it a point to tell me that as long as I would work harder than everyone else, make more sacrifices than everyone else, and never forget where I came from, that I could be successful. We say jokingly that Gun Show is a social experiment that serves food. It really shook up the idea of the traditional restaurant model. At Gun Show, the menu comes to life by encouraging each chef that's on the line to bring ideas for his or her dishes to a menu meeting, and then we as a group come together and write that menu every single day. There's certainly a competitive nature that goes into that, but creatives always perform higher when surrounded with other creatives. That looks awesome, dude. Pickled melon, that wasn't on there before. That's new for me. Very good. Thank you, Sam. The freedom of Gun Show is that ability to change and alter and not be stuck inside a mold. It's also the challenge of Gun Show because it means that every single day you have to rise to the occasion. Today, my idea for a dish for the Gun Show menu is to do the traditional Southern barbecue chicken, but give it like an Indian kind of flair. So this will be a little bit crazy. The allure to DeKalb Farmers Market that draws chefs and people otherwise in there is that endless opportunity. There's just such tremendous quantity and quality of product. For what we're trying to make today, you have to find all of these kind of kooky Indian products, which are not always so easy to come about. But lo and behold, this place will guaranteed to have it. Yeah, awesome. I think Atlanta has tremendous potential for people that are in the culinary world. For many years, no one gave us any respect whatsoever. Atlanta has to make an actual legitimate name for itself.
Hearing Amber's voice for the first time, I was like, this is someone special. I knew it was gonna fit really well with my production style.
It is rare to have someone that is your partner and that you spend all your time with. Also be half of something that you're extremely passionate about.
I've been making major label records for 10 years, helping people achieve what they want creatively, but Claws is my creative release.
Our whole ethos is very DIY, being completely independent, but you learn to wear all the different hats.
Making the music is, what comes easy for us, but what to do with that music once it's completed has been the learning curve. Here we go, from the top. We're making a music video. We've teamed up with a group of young, talented filmmakers here in Atlanta called Lobster Dance Productions. It's for our first single, Sit You Down.
Both of you guys together, go back and then towards the mic.
The concept behind the music video is street royalty, where Amber's dressed in this big, fluffy train, and Graham's her general.
Rolling. And action.
We've been making our own videos. I've been doing a lot of our PR. We like that we have a hand in everything that we do, but sometimes it can be really stressful, and I think that's the darker side of being completely independent.
Cut. Back to one. Let's get ready.
One of my greatest challenges right now as an artist is to continue pushing the limits and really create a show where I'm not just an artist backing a group, but I'm an artist that can stand alone on stage.
When I was growing up, my parents used to hate me. I remember I would be practicing in my room. My mom would come late night. She'd come over in the room and be like, "Stop making all that noise," I guess she thought I was a little off, because I was just always in the corner just making farting noises. But I'd always just respond. I'd be like, "Look, Mom, no hands, no instrument, no bands. Everything is from my mouth. Every beat is like a man. Press record, take a look when you see it. Pick up your phone, hit share, retweet it. Call your dealer on box, I need it. Add to the iPod dock now, because every day this how I play.
Heaven is innovative. I mean, this guy, when he opens up for us, I've seen him transform a crowd. He just demands that kind of respect.
Boys from this pedal in the audience in the stands.
We do a lot of touring everywhere around the world, but it's rare, to be honest, that we get a chance to do something here in Atlanta. So we're really grateful to be right here where it all started.
So we doing it, live and direct. You feel how true we is. Eyewitnesses to the beauty of life. Music is arrested development, powerful. We influence in music and revolution until we see more solutions.
It's been an honor and a blessing to be out with these guys. I've learned so much as a performer, as an artist. It's a beautiful thing.
I will try to live in a better way. Please forgive me when I'm dizzy. That's a part of living.
Parade lineup is just the happiest chaos. When you get your lantern and you and your friends to the parade and see this beautiful giant thing that we've made together, I think that you can believe that, yeah, your time spent with glue and scissors and drawing on tissue paper adds up to a gift to our city. Good evening. Thank you so much for coming. I am Chantel Ritter, and I'm the captain of the crew of the Grateful Gluttons. Crews throw parades as a gift to their city. And together we have built an Atlanta style of lantern parade and the largest one in America. The Atlanta Lantern Parade is an astounding illustration of how the brilliance of individuals can illuminate a community. It amazes me. It just blows my mind, the growth of it. I can't hardly believe it every year. Seeing fantastical things manifest in a real environment, it alters social convention. It really does. Strangers have so much in common on that night. Yeah, on Lantern Parade Day, giants are real. Giant steps are falling on the Beltline. I can't imagine not having a crew. I can't imagine not doing parade arts. I feel like once you experience Parade Day, that you can't imagine living without it.
Thanks for calling Gun Show. This is JoJo. How can I help you? Unfortunately, we're completely booked up on Saturday. I'd be happy to put your name on a waiting list.
It's hard to get a reservation here, so you have to plan out a few weeks at least. When I tell people to come here, I have to give them that warning. They also have to give them the warning that they need to expect an experience that's not their typical restaurant experience.
My dad has never felt particularly comfortable coming to dine at the restaurants that I worked at or even the restaurants that I owned. He's always felt like he was a little too blue collar for those kinds of places. And it always hurt me to think that somehow or another he felt like now he was excluded from this success that I had. It bothered me to the point that I actually sold my former restaurants so that I could have a brand new start. And the first place was Gun Show.
Kevin and his team here at Gun Show They've really pushed the boundaries of the service experience, bringing the chef out to the table, which totally changes the dynamic of a traditional dinner experience.
This is a really cool concept. You've never seen it. Cool, man. I don't think there is anything like this. It's kind of insane, but that's what makes it work. I wanted to tear down the walls between the diner and the people preparing the food. I think most people assume that I meant like this figurative wall. I also meant the literal wall. I wanted to see that transparency be there where the diner felt like they were more a part of what was happening. Hey guys, this is what we call our Indian style barbecue chicken. So tandoori roasted chicken, a spiced potato salad, and a slaw with a little bit of fresh coconut in it. My dad worked 3 jobs, 7 days a week my whole life. And about once a month, he would have a break and he and I would go to this local gun show. That was sort of our father-son bonding experience. I named the restaurant Gun Show as an homage to my father. I said, I know you'll come to a gun show, so no excuses anymore.
No matter what kind of artist you are, you sort of have to use creative means to find people that would really like what you do. Free Art Fridays ATL, it's a movement of artists who make pieces of art and leave them around the city. We're gonna leave our album that I painted in East Atlanta Village. It's a cool way to introduce people to something that they didn't know about before.
We live in East Atlanta Village. It's a very eclectic neighborhood in Southeast Atlanta. People not only are coming here to be creative, but to just be around the creative vibe. To see a show, to see an art opening at a gallery. Tons of great music going on.
I always thought I'd make my mama proud. Hold her hand as I walk down the aisle.
There's so many independent artists, and the independent spirit is alive and well here. And I think it sums up the creative collaborations that can happen in this city.
One Music Fest is an awesome opportunity for us to see a lot of the artists that we really love and respect. You can really absorb a lot from that as a fellow artist.
May the people who are out there waiting, who bought tickets, who stood in line, who are excited, may they feel and be inspired after and during the show, guys.
As a fan of Janelle, she was an independent artist here in Atlanta for a long time. She's kept her vision uncompromised. Now that she has gotten, a bigger platform, she is supporting other independent artists.
Wonderland Records, we're a movement first. What I love most about the artists on Wonderland is that they bring a unique perspective to the music industry. It's important that the generation, that we're living in right now gets to see just more diversity. So I just want to encourage that person who doesn't know if people will accept them for who they are. You have an obligation to be true to who you are.
I'm talking
city is the place that raised me.
There is opportunity to define your own future for yourself here.
A person can think up a wild idea and execute it.
My city is fearless.
Here, you can really plant your seeds and watch them grow. And so for me, there's so much room to just start a movement.
You can't get too high. I said you can't get too high.